As the Shadow Minister, Foreign Affairs, I want to congratulate, and I indeed congratulate the President-elect of the United States of America, President Donald Trump. As the people of Uganda, we look towards continued partnership with the USA in our pursuit inter alia for the rule of law and democratic values, including our pursuit for human rights protection and observance in this country. President Trump returns as a president at a time when Ugandans are demanding for fair treatment within their own country. Many are still in detention, and to mention military detention. Our trust in the judicial system has over the years reduced. We trust that the USA as a strategic partner can partner as usual with the people of Uganda in our call and pursuit that democracy must be given space in this country, that the rule of law must be given space in this country. We must see realistic separation of powers in this country, and we must join efforts, because America is a strategic international partner in our pursuit for a democratic change in this country, where electoral processes are trustable and justifiable. We believe America has a role as an international player in pushing the regime in Uganda to respect people's rights and choices. We want to congratulate the people of America for the concluded electoral process. On the state of affairs in the world, we join all voices that call for the realization of peace and stability in the world. The situation in the Middle East and Ukraine is concerning. A peaceful world is all we need. Back home, Uganda's diplomatic representation has also degenerated in the past 4 years. The past 1 year has seen various Uganda ambassadors being recalled or declared persona non grata or unwanted by various host countries. Some concerning cases involved the recall and expulsion of Uganda ambassador to Canada, the recall of Uganda deputy ambassador to UAE and foreign service staff, the recall of Uganda ambassador to Nigeria, and several other Uganda diplomats, as we speak today, are under investigations, including the line Minister of Foreign Affairs for the Republic of Uganda. This trend is alarming and necessitates a detailed inquiry on the entire operation of the sector of foreign affairs. Something must be wrong. Recently, Mr. Museveni, in a leaked letter, proposed the promotion of foreign service staff, starting with the particular person who he claimed reported to him. I find that approach wrong and illegal as a shadow minister. What happens now to those foreign service staff who don't have access to State House? Every recruitment, including recruitment of foreign service staff and promotions in foreign service, must comply with the law and on equal opportunities. We want to caution the Ministry of Public Service and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that they should not be tempted to promote based on who approached Mr. Museveni. Every promotion and recruitment must follow the law and must offer equal opportunities for all Ugandans and equal opportunities for all foreign service staff who so require promotion depending on the terms and conditions of the employment. The Minister of Foreign Affairs has neglected the duty of finalizing a codified foreign policy. This has partly denied Uganda diplomats guidance, hence resorting to politicking in contravention of the Vienna Convention. The usage of Uganda mission properties and embassy properties is alarming to a level that one was turned into a casino recently. There must be accountability on usage of each of Uganda embassy properties or mission properties, and as well accountability for Uganda properties abroad. We hear some in DRC were attached under unknown areas. Who knows if now these diplomats are using our properties as security for their own loans, personal loan, or loans for Mr. Museveni. Ugandan nationals continue to complain of inadequate consular services. Issuance and renewal of Ugandan national passports and Ugandan national IDs is not available at most of our Uganda embassies. Even the few missions that were phased out to issue passports, South Africa and the United Arab Emirates, the embassy in Abu Dhabi, have since stopped issuance of national passports and IDs. As Ugandans in the UAE struggle to utilize the UAE visa amnesty that expires end of this December 2024, on 31st December, several have not succeeded in securing passports. Even the few Ugandans who succeeded in acquiring passports through the embassy in Abu Dhabi, the Uganda embassy in Abu Dhabi, are complaining that they are being issued passports of a validity of 2 years only, without any explanation. But they pay the same fee with those whose validity is longer. The consular sections of most of Uganda missions don't offer adequate travel guidance or adequate guidance to Ugandans, and they don't even conduct visits to Ugandans who are detained in various prisons and countries of the world. Amid this lack of travel advice, several Ugandans remain trapped in unsecure regions, including Myanmar. Indeed, thousands of Ugandan nationals are detained in foreign prisons with no follow-up. No one is following up on these cases. The alarming numbers are in the Middle East, the Democratic Republic of Congo here, where several fishermen and several Ugandans are still in prisons. In Cairo, Egypt, in India, very many women are being detained in India. In Myanmar, among others, we demand that there must be a follow-up and diplomatic interventions. Other countries of the world follow up their own nationals. And some of these cases can be absorbed within diplomatic negotiations. But we don't see it forthcoming from the Minister of Foreign Affairs or any concerned ministry for the Republic of Uganda. The delay to negotiate and fast-track enforceable bilateral labor agreements has also denied full employment rights to Ugandans who are externalized as workers. The numbers of distressed Ugandans in foreign countries continue to rise, notably in the Middle East. The strategy must not only center and end on pleading for a pardon for those who are detained, but must with urgency be stretched towards strengthening employment rights and protection of Uganda migrant workers, plus establishing fair arbitration mechanism under the bilateral agreements on work-related disputes. Many of these Ugandans land into illegal stay, especially in the Middle East, Because when they try to exit the Middle East, they are denied the exit for several reasons, and they have nowhere to complain. Now, in that process and in that time, when you are being denied the exit, automatically your visa will be running and you are not working, they land in illegal stay. There must be protective clauses. Many Ugandans who get injuries at work in the Middle East find no remedy in demanding for compensation. We cannot only deal with the rescue of those who are detained, but we must also address what now causes these detentions, because majority of these cases are Ugandans who wanted to exit, but they were denied exit, and majority are on illegal stay based on immigration status. I want to thank the International Organization on Migration for always stepping in to rescue, repatriate, and rehabilitating the trafficked and distressed Ugandan nationals upon returning, including migrant workers from Myanmar and Saudi Arabia. I saw recently the Minister of Gender diving in and parading returnees from Saudi Arabia at the airport and portraying them as if they have been rescued or transported to Uganda by the government of Uganda. That is wrong. These are being repatriated by the International Organization on Migration, IOM. They are engaged in processing and procuring them tickets, transporting them back, and also taking up efforts to rehabilitate them. Where does the money? Because every migrant worker pays around $30. Equally, these companies have guarantees. When does the Minister of Labor and Gender use the guarantee of 100 million to compensate or assist those who are distressed? It is also quite concerning. But we are very certain that equally the Minister of Gender has failed in regulating the sector of labor externalization. But we are also calling upon the Minister of Gender and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and government to step up efforts on harmonizing these bilateral labor agreements. Because of the conditions and challenges within Uganda, we would support any Ugandan who seek alternative employment. But these Ugandans must be protected. Philippines, one of the countries with the largest population of its nationals working as externalized workers, above 12 million Philippines are employed outside their country. But they have a very effective follow-up mechanism where the minimum wage for a domestic worker from Philippines is $400. Uganda has no minimum wage. Anyone can take you at any cost and determine what to pay you. There must be respect to equal international labor standards, which are applicable globally. A person cannot be taken and forced to work. Most of these victims, the Ugandans, when they reach those countries and they find a job, the job unbefitting for their own health, or whatever the reason may, as it may be, they are denied the room of refusing to work. How can we call it labor? How can we call it employment if I find a job uncomfortable for me, or I land on a job that may affect me health-wise, but I can't leave it? You find many of these companies are alleging that these people run away from work. What should they do? In the coming days, as a Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, I will detail out a comprehensive alternative policy for the sector of foreign affairs, but I found it very prudent to highlight some of these areas that require urgent redress. I thank you.